your host, Kamal King. Kaieteur Radio, the radio with a difference.
Hello there, Guyana. You've asked for it. It is finally here. The Wake Up Guyana Show with yours truly, Leonard Gildarie. Monday to Friday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Make your voices be heard. Call us, text us. Kaieteur Radio 99.1, 99.5 FM. The Wake Up Guyana Show.
Win $100,000 monthly with Sleepy Sanitary Pads. Sleepy Sanitary Pads are all natural and are made with cotton and bamboo fibers. It is dye and lotion free, hence no irritations or rashes. Sleepy Sanitary Pads are available in two sizes, ultra thin and thick. It is affordable and available nationwide. See press for details. Visit our Sleepy South America Facebook page or call us on 233-2473.
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome once again to this edition of the Wake Up Guyana Show right here on Kaieteur Radio. I'm your host, Leonard Gildarie, and we're coming to you live from our Saffron Street studio here in Charleston. You could get us on 99.1 if you're in Esquimalt and Demerara, and in Berbice to the wonderful people in Berbice. And though they're not my favorites, all Guyana favorites because I'm a diplomat here. You could get us there on 99.5. And if you're overseas, of course, you could get us on kaieteurnewsonline.com. There's a button there, you just press it. And of course, we come into you live also on Facebook, Kaieteur Radio on Facebook, or Kaieteur Radio live stream on YouTube. So welcome once again. It is Tuesday, November the 10th, 2020. And what we have for you here today, after a day with Mr. Glenlal, that was yesterday, and you know, he very intimidating presence. He likes to speak, and it was an interesting talk with him. Why is he using the newspaper and the radio to bring the issue of oil and gas to the fore a little more? You would have known over the last couple of years, this newspaper here, Kaieteur newspaper, would have been talking a lot about oil and gas and what the Guyana could benefit from, warning about some of the pitfalls and some of the areas that we should avoid. Well, Glenn Lyle, has his own show right now on Kaieteur Radio, talking about why we should pay attention to the oil and gas industry and the potential that it has for us as a country if we could get it right. So we are in a beautiful day. I saw the traffic ease considerably. Yesterday was a nightmare for commuters on the road on the east bank of Demerara. We are going to be having a chat about that in a little while. But we are going to be headed in straight into the newspaper today. Let me tell you before I start, I want to say it has been a good, let me see, 3 months, 5 and 3, 8 months of being on the radio, and the warmth that I felt from my brothers and sisters right across Guyana and overseas, wherever you're joining us from all across this globe. It has been good, and it has been a push for us to continue doing what we do here day in, day out. It has been a pleasure to serve you, to be with you, to keep you company here on radio. And I'm not a radio person. I'm more of a newspaper person. I like to write stories. I like to be in the newsroom. But the last couple of months have been such a good thing for us. For myself personally, it has been a journey. I mean, how long I am going to be alive, it will be something that I will remember because of the warmth, the love that has been coming from our people. And every single day while we're not on radio, I do receive those calls of people, things that they're going through. And we do try to walk them through to give them some encouragement. I think people just want to talk to somebody to tell them what some of the problems, not so much solutions. Yes, they're looking for solutions, but just more so that they want to talk to somebody. So I said, let me share that with you right now. And of course, a lot of people would be tuned in as we speak right now with the cricket that is happening. It is the finals for the Indian Premier League (IPL), and guess what? As usual, in the thick of things, in the midst of things, is the Mumbai Indians, and they are about to sweep to another victory. So I know many of you would be there right now watching, but I also hope that you keeping your ears very close to the Kaieteur radio here right now on to the Wake Up Guyana show, and we are going to walk you through to the next 2 hours. Yesterday, our regular programming was interrupted because we had to bring you the news with Leonard, and I had to interview him there. And of course, we would have had the Director General of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Vishwa Mahadev. And so, sir, whatever it is that you're doing, thank you very much for being here with us. I did talk to the Ministry of, or the Minister of Public Service this morning, Sonia Parag, and we are preparing for her within the next couple of days. On Friday, my dear friend Dr. Yog Mahadev is going to be with us here on radio. He did call me. We did have a chat over the weekend. And he says, Gildarie, I heard that you were calling for me and people were calling. I'm willing to come on, as my time fits. So I said, could we do sometime next week? And he says, Friday might be a good day. So let's see what happens. I'm going to set him up for Friday afternoon. Gildarie, Yog back again together for a few hours at least so we could keep your company. It would be such a pleasure to have him on board. He doesn't beat around, he doesn't mince words. I'm more diplomatic because of where I stand on the newspaper. My behavior has to be a little more circumspect. So we head right into our newspaper today, your favorite newspaper, your largest selling newspaper. And I want to say good day to the folks down in North America, whether it's in Canada or the US, and of course to Europe and all across the Caribbean, or wherever you're joining us from, good day to you or good night to you. It's always a pleasure. So we go into our largest selling newspaper daily. Many things to talk about today. And we want to open these lines back again. It is we do happen to have our line back again to 6222222, and you could send those messages. Send them early o'clock. What's bothering you? And whatever it is that we could do, we could advise, we could link you up. That's what this Wake Up Guyana show is for you to understand. It is a forum for you and your voice, your voices. So, of course, the number that you call as usual is 226-7453, or you could text us 6222222, and we try to address those messages that you send. And we go to our front page here again. It is the Kaieteur newspaper, largest selling daily, November the 10th, 2020. It's Tuesday's edition, and this is what it says here. Home invaders shot dead by Timeri businessman. We did talk about this yesterday. Yesterday morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning, this man, the businessman, sleeping, heard a noise by a door. Got a little suspicious, pick up his shotgun, loaded it, and he saw his bedroom door, the knob was turning, and when he went, he opened the door, and he saw somebody fleeing, and in the exchange where the man tried to disarm him, the man was shot, found in your home. You have a right to protect yourself. There's protection, self-defense here. So we move on. CGX to bill Guyana $155 million for one dry well on the quarantine block. And this is really, really a sad thing. I think for this entire year, we got $150 million since last year they started drilling. And so one company here that drilled one well hand us a bill, $155 million. Didn't find anything. If they find, this is a bill that we'd be saddled with. It's like if you have a tenant in your home and that tenant, you're renting it, that home there for $50,000, and every month this man hands you a bill for $75,000. You want that tenant in your house? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with us as a people? Open your eyes, wake up, Guyana. And so we move on. Government decision to extend curfew could have dire consequences on population. Former Health Minister Dr. Cummins, and she's of course pointing to the figures in the rise. I don't think she would have paid attention. I saw some messages this morning. She was not paying attention, of course, to the fact that there was very little testing or limited testing being done by the coalition under those couple months, under those 5 months or so, while this country was being held at bay. And so we have to pay attention to this thing, whether we like it or not. COVID-19, there seems to be an injection that is out, that it's going to be out of a United States company. I think it's Pfizer. They have announced that it's 90% workable. Just using layman's term here. So we have to continue. I passed several vehicles this morning while driving to work, and every day I pay attention. And when you see the people continue not to wear their mask, and it seems that it's business as usual, then you know we in for some problems here. We are at 135 deaths at the moment since March, one of the highest per capita around the world. And you know, if you look at the United States and several other countries, including the countries of Europe, and so we have a second wave of the COVID-19 upon us at the moment. Many countries, Germany, France, I think England right now has passed it in the parliament that there is going to be a lockdown, again a second lockdown within several states and so on, several territories within their countries. So we are going to continue to pay attention, but Dr. Cummins is warning that this curfew have an issue. I believe personally, whether we have a curfew or not, people are just going to continue to do the madness. We have a lack of monitoring. We have a lack of ensuring that people toe the line with this. That's our issue that we have. It's all a discipline problem from not only our citizens in this country, but we have a discipline problem and maybe a little corruption and maybe somebody not doing the job, or from the police force and a couple of others there. And we do happen to have some good policemen, but we're going to come back and talk a little about the policemen and the Harbour Bridge. What happened yesterday and what I was told. My phone was ringing off the hook last evening. It was ringing again this morning. Some very angry people out there talking about a lack of not monitoring, but lack of control there. Kanu finds homemade explosives in Belgian drug bust raid. I understand that they raided a East Coast place that you remember. The last couple of days, there were breaking news coming out of Europe there from Belgium, in which they found 11.5 tons. You know what that is? That's a lot of drugs. It's almost about $1 billion, $1 billion euro dollars that you're looking at there, 900 million plus. And so it apparently came from Trinidad. The authorities started investigating this. They pulled in customs, and how do you allow stuff to pass through the wharf without the scanners picking it up? They saw 3 scans, and 1 is missing. So it has to be an intolerance. So 3 GRA officials, I presume customs or so, are in custody. The broker's in custody. They went to a house that is said to be a location for scrap metal operations. And that house, there were some gas bottles and microwave rigged. And it's a conclusion that it looks as if it's deliberately there to thwart any kind of entry, maybe cause some explosion there. Fortunately, the experts were able to dismantle that kind of riggings, and the officials are continue to investigate that matter. And no more deception, no more trickery. That's a front page comment here in Kaieteur newspaper. Very quickly as we go down that. GT counsel to approach court over hiring of new town clerk. Other staffers driver critical after slamming into median at Prospect. Evidence suggests that Regent Street fire might have been electrical. That's very, very sad. I did receive a call from some of the business people down there, Regent Street. I'm really, really sorry about that. It's not a good thing when, even for any fire period, with when you would have your business or your home, you lose everything that you would have worked for gone up in flames, whether it's electrical, whether it's arson. If you deliberately set it, there's no excuse for that, like what we would have seen recently. And there are 2 and 3 sides to every story. Again, in region 4 seems to be the epicenter of the COVID-19. 80-year-old woman is said to be the latest figure as of yesterday that would have died. GPHC moving to transport patients to ICU at Ocean View Hospital this week here. So it looks as if they're centralizing and moving all the patients here, and that's a good thing that we're looking at. Let me see. Government targets community, and there's an interesting story here. Government is looking for more help because it says that the border areas, especially some hinterland areas, we have a lot of illegals in those areas here. So they're hoping that the community policing group that we have in Guyana right now, that they could be able to control. The CPGs are going to lend the police force some kind of help there, as well as the joint services in those areas. So the government has reconstituted, I think it is, the community policing groups, and they're hoping that it could lend some kind of help to the police. I think the CPGs get some kind of stipend, $40,000. I'm not sure. They need to raise it because they play a very critical role. Story here: photographer robbed, chopped after photo shoot. They went behind the Marriott Hotel, and this is a very sad case. It's an indictment on our society. That's a beautiful area that people go hang out, and the people were taking some pictures, photographers, and it's a beautiful area to take a lot of pictures with the Marriott in the background. They've cleaned it up nicely, and they're there. Bandits attacked them, chopped them, took away the cameras and their equipment, and so they're photographers. There's not something that is good for this country. And so in the middle pages, PPP report card, 100 days of failure. It looks as if I'm not sure who it's coming from. This is showing that the PPP is the same corrupt dictatorial self. It doesn't say who paid for the thing, but it's a bad report card on the PPP 100 days. They're talking here. It looks as if somebody within the opposition put that up there. It's good. It keeps people on the toes. More than 80% of students turn out to school in Berbice, and so we look at that, and it's very good. So I think that's a newspaper there for Kaieteur News today. Get your copy, pick it up. You can read it online, Kaieteur News online as well. And so we will be talking about a couple of things. It is 6222222. You can send your messages there, and of course call us on 226-7453. Let me see if there's any messages there. In the meantime, you know what? We have like about 10 minutes or so before we take a break. I think you guys should start calling right now, 226-7453. Do we have a call in line? Good afternoon, caller. I think we missed that. In the meantime, until we have another call, we are going to be reading some of those messages. Yes, we do happen to have that. Good afternoon, Leonard. I'd like to highlight 3 things for us. There's a bridge that needs repair, the corner of Sussex and Hawktree. Do you know that most of the traffic lights in the city is not working? Because the batteries and solar panels have been stolen. I think who's responsible, both the seller and buyer, should be prosecuted. And 3, concerning the crimes that's been committed on citizens on a daily basis. I think the police should take a more proactive approach. For instance, a bus driver was robbed and shot Friday night in Seafield, Sophia, at a certain dam in Seafield, Sophia. Whenever you pass, and you could observe bicycle dash in and out of people's homes, with decent-minded citizens, plus that the cycle has no brakes, nothing, just 2 wheels and a frame. And when you call the police, they don't come upon the dam. Unless a family who's the police, I think it's time that the police take the fight to the criminals and let them know it is there. So somebody would have sent that. That is as yesterday. Let's go back again. Let me see what we have here. Today again, yes. All the NDCs in Guyana need to be closed immediately because none is functioning. The rain drizzle and the flood out. The solid waste management is poor. The chairman and overseer are all political puppets. The DNI program managed by the NDC are just a waste of time. They just go through the motion and you hardly see them around, but they are being paid. The NDC chairman and overseers don't visit the area. They just do political work. It's a pity to watch and see how the mayor and city council are running the affairs of the city. And I did see a story today that they want to send home the solid waste manager. I think it's, I can't remember his name is, and over because he hired, or they says that he would have retained the services of a company that picks up waste, and I can't remember one of them, but that's a matter that they're clashing. But the point is, I'm not sure the right hand seems not to know what the left hand is doing. You have managers telling the boss up there, no, we're not listening to you. There's a procedure that you have to follow. So it looks, when you have the city, you're collecting rates and taxes. You go to the market, right across at La Penitence Market. There's a caller online. Yes, good afternoon, caller. You're in the air. Go right ahead. Yes, good afternoon, caller. Yes, it is. You're on the Kaieteur Radio. Go right ahead, sir. Hello.
Yes, Mr. Leonard, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Go ahead.
Sir, I'm just driving on the railway embankment.
Uh-huh.
And I saw that these contractors are weeding the carpet.
Yes.
And they just weeding the carpet and get the man with a rake all the bottles and all the glass, everything. Just shove it in the corner in the drain. So I just asked the guy, I said, that is the finish of the work? He said, yes, that is it.
You
So
stopped. Wait. Let me see if I get you right. You stop and you ask them if that's the work, and they said yes?
Yes.
Are we crazy? What are we doing in this country?
Imagine all the bottles, everything, the man just make quick with the rake, push it in the corner near the drain and left it there. So I said, sir, those things I have to pick up. He said, no, that you have to leave right there. If you want, you can put it in your pocket. That the man said to me.
Yeah, because you know why? It's not his money. They should start spending his money like that, like how the way that they believe they're spending taxpayers' money. And guess what? Which area is this?
Ogle from the railway embankment. Right now, there's the big contract to get about 12 or 15 as this guy to the brush cutter. Read it.
All right, I'm going to send this to the Minister of Public Works as well as the Minister of Local Government and let them look into this. Absolute madness.
Thank you very much,
so that's a waste of tax money there. You should be picking it up and dumping it elsewhere. Thank you very much, dear. And that's shocking. We have some very dirty people. We have some very responsible people here. And there's no excuse that if you're weeding a carpet, why would you weed a carpet and not clean it up? Who gives contract like that? That's not. I doubt it very much that our government would have signed any contract that says, please weed that area and leave the grass and all the garbage on there. Who does that? So it's up in the Ogle area there. If you're listening to the Ministry of Public Works, or it's the Ministry of Local Government, or the Ministry of Housing and Water, the people are complaining that in the Ogle area there, East Coast Railway Embankment Line, we have some very dirty people up there. We're going to call them out today. It's that kind of day. We're going to call them out today. They're weeding it, leaving all the garbage right to the side of the road, pull it into the drains and just leave it there. That's their work. There's no other responsibility for this country. And you go to other countries and want to know why they're so clean, why they're so disciplined. Because we have a bunch of indisciplined people here. Call it out. We need to call it out. So in the meantime, before we go back to the lines again, I want to say good day to all my wonderful people in Guyana. Much love to you. And it is always a pleasure. When will Region 5 receive the cash for the COVID-19 money? I understand they're moving to that area there right now. I'd have to call back because I did ask them to come on to the program. I think there's some issues. I did see Region 2 complaining badly about what is happening in there. They complaining. I think it was the REO for Region 2, Mr. the Ramdat or so his name is, would have been telling our reporters that there are some very dishonest people. And I think while he didn't go into details, we could read between the lines. Multiple persons are collecting twice. Or there's some family members who are collecting 2 times for one family. Now, that's an issue because of how many people they have to think that sometimes you're going to have it slipping through the cracks. But the authorities would go back. Like one area, I think they went back and they were able to get back some money. I'm trying to get some details. The Ministry Finance is handling it in in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Works and some other ministries. It's a very tedious operation. It's a very security conscious operation as well, that you have to have the police there with guns and so on. But there are going to be some wicked people, there are going to be some dishonest people, and I understand that everybody has a need. But there's that $25,000 could go into somebody else's hands because the money is limited. It's not infinite, that it's there, a lot of money that we don't, I think. It could go to somebody else's hand. And if you know people are really suffering, you got to be very careful about that. So I'm going to call you guys out. This is the kind of day which we do that. Good afternoon, Leonard. It's the same thing they do in the Bagatong area, in the east bank of Demerara. Clean the area and left the garbage. I am going to send, I have it here. As soon as I have the chance, I'm going to send this up to the Minister, the Minister of Public Works, as well as the Minister of Local Government. But this here, so it's Bagatong and Ogle. Thank you very much for the folks down in Bagatong and the east bank of Demerara. I want you to know that we're paying attention to that. Do we have a call in line there, sir? Yes, good afternoon. No, we don't happen to have that. But right about now, yes. Good afternoon, caller. You on the air. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon. You're on the air. Kaieteur Radio. Go right ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Leonard. Currently, you're concerned about the water down at the East Coast at Planting, you want to carry back. Since the last time I call you to know, you can get in nothing. And look how many days, and everybody at the back, you get family and children, right? And the water ain't running at all, boss.
All right, Planting Walk. I'm going to send this back to Colin Crowell right now. And
yeah, because there's a lot of little Indian children in the people that the back here, right? And the children ain't getting water. And plus,
how long is this now?
The last time when I called you was 8 days. I called you, I can't remember which day.
So it's about 2 weeks now that you're out of water?
Yeah, almost 2 weeks, yeah, sure.
Okay, East Coast, almost 2 weeks. Thank you very much.
Right? And nobody getting the water.
Okay, which other area you says?
Lozignan and Annandale.
All right, without water and Lozignan, Annandale. Thank you very much, my brother.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. And Annandale. So I would have sent it. I've just sent it there to Minister Colin Crowell, Minister of Water, Housing and Water, and they've said, send those messages to us. We are going to look at it. I'm sending it back again to our people. So right about now, it is about 1:30. It is time. It's our insurance time. A better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. at 121 Regent and Arnock Streets. To better serve you, you can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. Telephone 225-1787 or 269-0020. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. At this point in time, we are going to read some messages right back again. Let us see. People have concerns, and they are sending it. Do we have the number is 6222222. Send those messages to us right now. Let us read it. 226-7453. You could call us on that as well. In the meantime, today, let me see what they have here today. Today, Tuesday, somebody says, "Hi, Mr. Glenlal. Do you think or feel it's easy to deal with people like Harmon, Freddie Kissoon, and Ramstan? Don't blame political figures. Blame the educated ones who are writing the wrong documents." I'm not sure. Okay. Good morning to you. Not that. Let's go back here. In the meantime, do we have another caller online? Good afternoon, caller. You on the air? Go right ahead. Morning to you. Could you lower your volume on your radio, please?
Yes.
Yes, lower the volume.
Am I speaking to Mr. Gildarie?
Yes, it is, and you are on the air.
I'm so happy. I was trying for quite a while. I am living in Craig, and maybe you're not familiar. They have Busby Dam, they have Sideline Dam.
I know Busby Dam.
Well, the dam before is Sideline Dam.
Mm-hmm.
I have a grandson. He is like 23, 24. He's deaf. He's dumb. He's a janitor at the clinic in Friendship on the East Bank. Thursday morning when he was going to work, I think it was Wednesday morning, two thugs from Caneville, the police know them very well, they beat him up. He cannot eat since Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They took him to the hospital. They said he got a lot of clot blood in the jaw. His neck swelled, but they take his umbrella, they bore you up. It's a good thing one of the medic was passing at the set time, and he rescued him. He is not, he's a special need, but he knows to read, he knows to write. He went to the special needs school, he can text, he knows, but he's not, he can't fight. The next day, the father went and sold in Caneville. They beat him. We're not getting no justice at Grove Police Station. The father went.
With this is Grove. This is by Police Station Street on the road there, on the public road there, or the one in Diamond.
This is Craig. This is between Grove and Craig. They got a dam.
No. You're talking which police station is it?
Grove,
Is the one by the Grove Health Center there?
Yes, he went there. He got a referral. They went to the hospital. He had saline and he had antibiotic and whatnot. But the child can't open his mouth to eat nothing. He's drinking from a straw since Wednesday. It's heartbreaking. He cannot fight. We're not getting justice at Grove. They can't find his stuff. The boys are riding bicycle up and down on the road. It's three of them walking together. The police know them very well. Why they can't catch
When
them?
you go to the police, what did the police station say to you?
The sergeant told my son, break the hand and foot and bring them in.
What?
Yes, that is what she tell them. The police said yesterday, I don't know, we want to get a bomb and throw it in Caneville. That is the kind of response they're getting. So I don't know if they got to go and reach the commissioner of police or they got to go and reach the...
You were there. Let me ask you a
crime
question. Let me ask you a question. You were there when the police said that?
My son was there. My son and daughter-in-law was there. They was there with the child. That is what I told my son and my daughter-in-law.
There is a very good commander, I think it is.
Oh, they made, you hear the commander up in Borby, is the commander, you can't see the commander now, and I just got them pushing around. They call him at the station about 2 hours ago.
No. There is a commander that is at the G3 building there. G3 building in Diamond
G3
there.
building.
You should go see him and make a complaint and tell him that you spoke with me. I spoke with him when there was an issue up in horse selling. And I think there were some actions that the people would have taken there. I don't want to believe that the commander's changed since then. And I believe just tell them that you spoke with me and tell them the behavior of the police at the Grove Police Station there.
Getting no, and the child, it's a pitiful sight. Last night I went in there when I came from the hospital. His jaw is all his neck.
Could you also send me a text to the number 62222 with your number?
Okay.
And I want to have a chat with you on that story. Because if they're beating up a needy child, imagine how desperate our people are.
He can't fight. They beat you up. They didn't rob him. They were sent specially to beat him. If you see the board he got on his shoulder, a big scratch on his belly and 2 extra board like that, the umbrella ain't good for nothing. The mother got the umbrella home. The umbrella ain't good for nothing. He can't fight.
Send me a text with your number. Send me a text with your number to 6222222, and I want you to go over, take the family or whoever that you could go with to the commander at the G3 building there.
His father is there all the way. His father is there all the way with him.
All right, and let him go across there. Use my name and say that you would have spoken to Kaieteur Radio and that we sent you to him for him to address the matter with the Grove Police Station. I'd love to hear back.
Thank you.
What was the commander's response?
I even tell him, I said, go to Kaieteur News and put it in the paper. Let us see this child. Let us see the damage that they done to this child's face.
I'm more concerned. I'm a little more concerned of what the police response was. I can't tolerate that. That's madness.
Right. Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Bye-bye. So you tuned into the Wake Up Guyana show here on Kaieteur Radio. And we coming to you live from our Saffron Street studio here in Georgetown. And let me see some of the messages that are coming in here right now. Do we have some messages from our people? Yes, we do. Good afternoon, Leonard. It seems as if persons are not adhering to the traffic red light anymore. Police are standing there doing nothing. Can somebody please look into the situation where minibuses always need to be in front of the line, causing much confusion? Thank you very much. This morning I spoke to some folks down at the Ministry of Home Affairs, and I'm going to bring the security advisor onto the program here as well. I think we are bringing the ministers and the different ones on board here because they need to start answering 100 days up, honeymoon over. We need to have them talk to the people because people are really, really complaining. Another issue, Mr. Leonard, the water coming from the Eccles pump is terrible. Here the color is rusty, the tiles and the tub and everything is damaging. Come on, we need to clean water and treat water. Leonard, keep up the good works. Thank you. Coming all the way from Ecclesdale. Good afternoon, Mr. Gildarie. Hope all is well with you. I have a point to make. Since the school has reopened, the Ministry of Education should ensure all HMs, this headmaster, headmistresses, plan their timetable in such a way that the COVID-19 protocols are observed. I mean, no teacher should be at school for the entire day. When the teacher finishes his or her classes, one needs to go home. I see the timetables are being planned in the traditional way. Imagine a teacher teaching the first two periods, then has to wait until the last two periods in the afternoon. What sense is that? Don't forget the teachers has a lower class too, which is done offline. Remember, these are grades 10, 11, and 12 teachers. I don't see the need for them to be waiting all day. It's either teach in the morning or afternoon. If not, we just fooling ourselves about the seriousness of COVID-19. Hope the Ministry of Education are taking note. Thanks. Have a safe day. I am going to send this to the Ministry of Education, of course, minus the numbers or anything. Thank you very much for that. Very good point. In the meantime, we are tuned in here to the Kaieteur Radio, the Wake Up Guyana Show, 226-7453. Do we have a call on the line? Good afternoon, caller. You're in the air. Go right ahead. Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. You're on the air.
Good afternoon. This is Gildarie.
Yes, I'm not sure what you called me there, but you're on to the Kaieteur Radio.
Yeah. I'm from Myconi, Huntley, Myconi.
Huntley, Myconi, yes.
Actually, in your area where you grow.
Okay, well, I didn't grow. I used to spend holidays there. This is the drill, coming back, perseverance, all that area there.
Yes. I call it to inform you about something that happened. You know, normally we mining chicken, right? But
This is a white fowl or the yard fowl? What are you talking about?
The meat board.
Yes.
The white board. Right? So I come from town about 12 o'clock. I had to stop at my daughter now and never, which is she also mining chicken too. Right? So a man come out on the road. Well, if next to her, camera in my car, which is my car, had my chicken inside. So he camera in the car. So I asked him, I said, man, what is your reason to come and camera my car?
What do you mean camera? Taking out pictures inside the car?
Yes. I had to stop to drop off something there for her. So you want to tell me that tomorrow he would bring up the ministers to bulldoze my daughter pin. Right?
Did you get permission, and does the daughter have permission to do that in that area there?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've gotten so there's no need to worry as long as they have the necessary permission and so on. Because when you build pens and so there's some I think there's some authority that you have to get from the Ministry of Housing and Planning.
You got to go to GRE.
Right. I think it's more of a planning issue, which is the Central Housing and Planning, that you have to be okay with that.
Because many times the sanitary then come and as a normal work, like they don't do no work. So
who is the guy that was taking out the picture?
The man is by the name of Clint. They say the man from some way down the coast. This man come out, but he living there. Maybe married to a young little girl there.
No, but what is he an official? Does he hold any position? What is he?
He ain't doing no job.
Well, you don't bother with him. You have the necessary permission. You do what you have to do. As long as you keep him within the regulations, reduce the smell, that you're using the necessary thing to make sure that nobody else is affected. Because when you having these pens and so too much of complaints we having, the smell and the flies and things like could affect your neighbors.
I know that. Yes.
All right.
Zinc shipping, zinc or side of our fence because our husband private property and his place, but our husband is in America.
Right.
So she don't mean to sit.
And so you're calling from Huntley, Myconi, right?
Yes,
and your daughter is in Now or Never.
In Now or Never.
All right, so thank you very much. You don't bother with that. When they come, you know how you have to think. Nobody can close you down like that. Okay, if you have the necessary permission and so on, I think that covers you. But let's make sure that you toe the line. Maybe somebody's upset with something or the other. But do that, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay. First, I have a call for you.
All right, that's okay.
I listen every day your program.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
I lie down and I listen to your program every day. So good. Mr. Leonard is doing so good for Guyanese people that you could look to him for something.
But I'm not sure like that. I asked him for my salary increase and he hasn't been doing that. He's a very strange fellow. Eh? But aside from that, I really like him. He's a good guy. He has his heart in the right place. All right, thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I want to say a good day to the folks down there at Mahika, Maikoni area, beautiful area, farming area, lots of friendly folks there. You could always get something from them, a little fruit or something, always growing, and they're always so very friendly. In fact, all Guyana, you could go to any part of this country. We warm people, we very friendly people. You don't trouble us, we're not going to trouble you. And of course, there's the tongue people, GT people. We GT are more aggressive, but generally speaking, we one of the friendliest people in this part of the world. You could walk into somebody's house, and the little that they have, they are going to share it with you. And they always like to cook. You go up to the countryside, they always have the little fireside there, and they always welcome you, or whatever it is, whether it's a little fry belange, or how to say it, fry bacon and everything. You could get it. You could get it. It's our people, very warm people. And that is something that we should cherish. Any part of the world that you go to, we know that we have some unique characteristics that we have the ability to boast about. How you got this region two thing, this $25,000 thing. I think the people them that workers should get someone from the village to know about these people them. I'm not sure. You need to give me some more details. What exactly is happening there? Good afternoon, sir. There's a lot going on at Port Morante, NDC. Somebody needs to look into the matter here at Port Morante, NDC. Things getting out of control. Regional Chairman David Armagon, is he sleeping? I'm not sure if you're talking about somebody being accused of stealing. I think our reporters are looking at this story right now, that they hired somebody, then fired somebody, then tried to hire them back, although they were accused of fraud. Everything is allegations. Our reporter, I understand, is looking into this matter here as we speak. So it's 6222222. I know it is. Did Mumbai win or something? They have won. I think there's some sour faces right now in the studio right now. There's some very unhappy people that Mumbai Indians are winning, or they have won. I know Frank Sanichar might be throwing his hands up in the air. Good day to you, Frank, wherever you are, and many of the Mumbai Indians fans. Although it's not a cricketing, because of the COVID-19, they're not allowing crowds somewhere in the Middle East there where the cricket game is being held. What I could tell you is that what freaks me out looking at the television and you hear the crowd cheering and there's no crowd there, freaks me out, that kind of thing. Good afternoon, Mr. Gildarie. My issue is the market, both border and Starbucks. You have to pay $1,000 a parking to deliver good. Someone did complain about this, and all along, and they don't pay anything else. So, person would have sent back that message here. Hi, good afternoon. Could you please send me your telephone number? Okay, I'm gonna send that to you. Okay. In the meantime, let's discuss a little thing that happened at the bridge yesterday. For some reason, our reporters did speak to the bridge manager, general manager, Ralston Adams, yesterday afternoon or later yesterday evening. And he is saying that there was not an issue with the bridge. So which points to traffic management. And I did receive several calls yesterday up to this morning about the traffic management. For some reason or the other, for hours and hours, people were 2-3 hours in the line. And there's some mad people, there's some very irresponsible people in our country. Now, if you have a bridge which has one lane going in a direction and you have another lane coming in another direction, how do you have two lanes going in one direction? Could somebody please tell me that? So at one point in time, several pictures were coming up that it is not the bridge was not open to one-way traffic at that point in time, which allows at peak time for traffic, two lanes to go in one direction. It's part of the measures that the bridge management and the police have taken to reduce the congestion, especially if you head into Georgetown in the morning. They close one lane and allow two lanes to come to Georgetown. And that's because it's a general consensus that mostly traffic is coming to Georgetown. We know that. In the evening, they do the same thing in the reverse. They close the traffic heading east from West Bank to East Bank, and they open two lanes at a certain time at the peak period to head across the river there. Yesterday, for some reason, for hours and hours in the morning, people were in the line. People were late for work. In the evening, traffic run until 7, 8 o'clock. There was backup in traffic. People were complaining about police's management. I'm going to call Inspector Mr. Watts, Commander Region 3, to find out what exactly. Commander Watts, if you're listening, a good day to you, sir. People are complaining that the police are not doing a good job of managing the traffic. Minibuses are dipping in and out of the line from inside to outside. Some cars who believe that they have contacts with the police are taking advantage, causing some bottlenecks along the way. So that's a big issue. When you're in the traffic and it's congestion, you're not only burning gas, but you have people to go do the things. And if there's going to be bypassing, breaking of the procedures that has been put into place to ease the traffic, we know that the Harbour Bridge could only do so much. But not helping the situation is if you have, instead of 2 lanes, you have 4 lanes and 5 lanes, and still people are trying to create a 6 lane. That is absolute madness. And on the Harbour Bridge, the madness and the stupidity of our drivers, because it can't be anything else. If you have 2 lanes going one way, 1 lane trying to come on a 2-lane bridge, you're going to expect there's going to be a bottleneck. So saying, so done yesterday. It happened in the morning. It happened in the evening. And people were in the line for hours. So, Commander Watts, I'm going to be having a conversation with you a little later, because people have been complaining, and they complained. They were very, very angry about it. Because when you waste hours in the line, those few hours send the stress level up. It's wear and tear on the vehicle. It sends up gas. And not only that, there's a cost attached to that, to the population and the economy. It is called the loss of opportunity times, because you could be doing other things that could be raising money, that could be making money for you there. So do we have another caller in line? Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Go right ahead. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am, to Kaieteur Radio.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Go right ahead.
I just called to a company. Have this place, Boathouse.
Boathouse. Where's Boathouse?
On land of Canaan on the East Bank.
Yes. Who owns that?
I don't know, but it's a bar place.
It's a bar.
Right. And then people is playing music every night, late till 2, 3 o'clock. Just as a drain separate we place from them. And hard song. You could see the house up all rocking. When the police come, they close the front and then go at the back. And the back, they got a big place, and then they're the back of the place. And all the people, them there the back sporting. And this thing overbearing.
Imagine that, right? How would you describe the people of Guyana who sporting there?
They're not listening to the curfew thing when the police come. And next thing too, they have a container from their street straight across the road. You can't see when the vehicle coming or going. This container, they're about 3 to 4 months now. They're now moving this container. It's a 60-foot container.
Well, I can tell you that my nightlife has really been shot, because I don't even know about the boat. I did hear somebody mention something about Boathouse. I thought that's somewhere down Georgetown, but I'm going to send this to the security people. I'll let them. I don't want to take away anybody's bread out of the mouth.
Right.
That's not my job. But at the same time, you got to adhere to the rules.
Certain hour, turn your music down.
Of course, you can't do you can't do your business to the detriment of everybody.
Right.
I mean, that's wrong. And there's a curfew.
And it's the whole back street. You can't sleep. If the music is so hard, you can't sleep.
Did you report to the police station? Which police station?
Which police? We call the police station. They say, okay, they'll come. They don't come. When they do some come, they close the front, and they got the back part, the whole back. They got the patio and everything is there. The people them sporting.
And big crowds and so, a lot of cars.
Yes, a lot of cars.
So there's a big yard in which there's cars there.
Yes, 2 large yards come together. It's a sporting place they call Boathouse.
All right. I'm going to raise this with the police commanders them and see what they can do with this
issue. I wish
issue.
they could do something about a container. That's really, you can't see. You have to go actually middle of the road to see when vehicle come into you get transportation to go to Georgetown.
All right. No problem. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes. I want to say good day to the folks down along the east bank of Demerara there, to the land of Canaan all the way to Mary, Captain Mike Charles in the Susdaika area there. one of the best pilots I've seen. The helicopter pilots could do remarkable things with those Bell helicopters of the Army. Well, say good day to you, sir. I know that you are tuned in as normal to a program here. Right along the East Bank there, Grove Creek, Friendship, Gardner Vida, and wherever you are, Brickery, Supply. What's it that you're doing there all the way back? Prospect, Grove, Diamond, Smart Point, Kinville. I want to say good day to you. As we go back to our lines, let's see, before we go back to our lines, let's see if there's any messages from our people. Everybody seems to be tuned in to the radio today, and guess what they're doing? They're listening to us, but they also have one eye on the television. Look at Mumbai Indian. It's all over now. It's all over now. It's all over. He's shaking his head. Are you sad? My boy is sad because his team lost in this thing here, and it's okay. This is one of the best teams in the world, whether we like it or not. It's owned. The Mumbai Indians is owned by one of the richest men in the world. I think he's the sixth richest man in the world, Mr. Ambani. The Ambani family has a lot of business and so on. I think he's said to be the richest man in India as well. Leonard, please ensure that Mr. Lal comes on live at least once a week on the Wake Up Guyana show. Sir, can you imagine he was so honest with his opinion out of this skullduggery behavior of the past and present government? Let's get him to speak to our people for the sake of the next generation. Guyana is Dubai, not Dubai. All the way there from the United States of America, one of the biggest fans that we have. Sir, good day to you and your Boston listeners. For years now, during Diwali season, mostly on Diwali night, firecrackers have been a noise nuisance. And all the folks and animals, to all the folks and animals, sir, firecrackers are illegal and are banned. Minister Ben has 4 days to straighten out the police force about firecrackers. So let it be written, let it be done. So somebody is complaining there. Hi, Leonard, tell a lady to call the pastor Patrick. As I'm not sure, I saw something with Pastor Patrick being surfaced there. Pastor Patrick seems to be somebody who is involved in something with a Ponzi scheme with Accelerated, the LS Ponzi scheme, that is. And I'm not sure, I have to look into the story, but it seems to be some angle of it. Some people seem to be protected, while our poor folks are the ones who are passing through courts and being made to pay the price. If you have money, you get bargains. I think this is what they say at Sabak Market and at Border Market. Good afternoon, sir. I'm living in Little Diamond, and there's a bridge by Wajid Ali Street. That is the very terrible condition. The NDC closed it off for about 2 months now, and the other bridge is also very terrible condition. This is in Little Diamond. And the other bridge is also in a very terrible condition. If they could close off the other bridge, there's no way for us to get into the village. So I want to call on the NDC there. I think this NDC is being looked after by Horstellin. Mr. Rommel Rupnarain is there. If you're listening, sir, the people at Little Diamond there are calling for you to look into that situation at Little Diamond. There's a bridge there that has been closed off. I'm hoping that you could probably be able to look into it. I'm going to have a chat with him a little later, Mr. Rommel Rupnarain, and ask him to look into it. Let's see what we have here today. This is happening all over and causing traffic issues. Heading over to Vreden Hope from the bridge would take sometimes about 3 lanes. Somebody's talking about the traffic situation. And that's because a relative called me yesterday and told me that we have the taxi drivers, especially when you look at some of these hire cars. And by the way, police, you should be paying attention to the hire cars. Private cars working as hire cars. When you're in a private car that does not have the 8 sign to it, you are as a passenger not entitled to any kind of insurance if that car crashes while you are a passenger. If it's working hire car, private car, you're not entitled. So let me make it very clear. If you're entering into a private hire car or a taxi, whatever you want to call it, or a taxi, and the car crashes, nothing for you. You could kiss it goodbye. That's because there's a breach of insurance when that private car work as a taxi or a hire car. So the people are complaining heavily about that as well. I think the authorities would have been warning. It's to your own detriment if you want to allow that. So we have another caller online. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, Leonard.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
calling to tell you, right? Why is driver charging so many money to run people water?
Why? What? Gaiwa?
Driver charging a lot of money to put in people water.
Where is this? And where? What they have
My
charged?
daughter told me yesterday she had to pay $15,000 to put in her water.
Where she live in?
She live in at Strodeville, but she have to place at High Flood.
Okay, there's an iFlot new scheme.
Yeah, she had to put in the water there and a charge of 15.
What is the normal price for that?
I know my time I paid what years was $4,000, and after then you hear them calling a lot of price.
I'm gonna have to find out. I know that they would have gone to the Public Utilities Commission. This is GWI, and they asked for some fees increase, and there was a ding dong battle with them and the consumer groups and so on, Pat Dial and the rest of those guys, over the why they should raise it at this point in time. But they did raise some prices. I'm gonna have to find out a little more about this. I'm not sure.
My neighbor's putting for water. How long has she getting the water? And she said she had to pay extra money like that too.
Let me tell you what, I'm going to have to bring back the PUC because the PUC are aware of some of these charges and so on, and they're very strict. I'm going to bring them back and we can talk about it.
$15,000, my dear.
Yes,
That's
there's a lot of
lot of
money. Yes, it's a lot of money.
And then again, these conductors and these bus drivers, them still picking up people without masks. Yesterday, I traveled yesterday, and most of the people in the bus is without masks and coming in the bus without masks. And I'm
Here what y'all gotta do. Here what y'all gotta do. I know some of the people don't have any because some people want to leave home the phone. And some of y'all get these phones, take out these pictures, take out videos, send it to us. Let's put it up on air and things like that. Because
I have a TP, a mango pelter.
you have a mango pel too. All right, but get somebody because when somebody is talking about that, all these minibuses here. Here is somebody right here.
I think they somebody should do something about it because the police have been doing nothing about it.
It's a foregone conclusion that the police them has really dropped the ball during this time in not only not enforcing the COVID-19 rules, but it seems as if they complicit by with some of the business people, with all the minibus people. They're doing everything except police work.
Yes, and they're taking the bribes too, man. And
that's what I say. They're doing everything else except police work.
Yes, and then again, when an old person in the bus, old people could get this thing so fast.
Yes, I hear you. Thank you very much, dear ma'am.
All right, then, Leonard, you take care. Yeah?
Good. Bye-bye. And so, in the meantime, this is what somebody just wrote here. Good afternoon, Leonard. Is it okay for minibus to carry 4 loads of passengers? Mostly all of the minibus carry 4 loads on the east coast of Denmark. Take the pictures, send it to us. Take the pictures, take the number plates and everything. Send it to us. It's time for us to name and not shame them, but also send it to the police so they could be able to put charges on them. I could recall, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but by the time you put it up on Facebook, so the police don't pull them in, put them before the courts and charge them. You can't be the bad boy. That's like I always says. And a good day to the folks down there in the Esquimalt Islands, Wakenham, Hog Island, Leg One, Fort Island. I want to say good day to you. You cannot allow, and let me put it this way, you cannot allow the tail to wag the dog. You cannot allow that. You are allowing that. Open your mouth. Take the pictures. Shame them. It's about time that we stop this madness of a few people, either politicians or a few people like minibus drivers and taxi drivers and the rest of them, dictating to us what they believe what it is. A few people, like some bad policemen, believe that you're bad. Well, you take the pictures as well and let us know. Let us know these cops. Let us know some of these people who are breaking the laws. I would relish the opportunity of making it known to the people of Guyana who are these people that are holding us to ransom. But right about now, there's a good company that's out there that wants to give you an opportunity that if you have not had the opportunity of getting an insurance, it's a CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. Better value for better protection. Get your ship and cargo covered with us today. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. at 121 Regent and Oronoque Streets to better serve you. You can now purchase your insurance online from the comfort of your home. Telephone 225-1787 or 269-0020. CARICOM General Insurance Company, Inc. And right about now, we are going to be headed back. We don't have a caller right now. 226-7453, 226-7453. Please send us those messages so we could be able to tell the people of Guyana what is affecting you. It is your show. It's a Wake Up Guyana show here on Kaieteur Radio. I'm your host, Leonard Gildarie. We coming to you live from our Saffron Street studio on 99.1, 99.5. Also on Facebook, Kaieteur Radio on Facebook, or Kaieteur Radio live stream on YouTube. Gildarie used to be such a quiet boy. Somebody says your mouth gets hot these days. Thank you very much for that. Things change. When you see madness happens, you got to take a stance, or you could remain and allow people to walk all over you. You don't allow that. You got to be able to open your mouth and understand that in this country, it is your country. If you want to be able to, why should somebody else come to your country and be able to enjoy the fruits of this country and you can't? It's either you don't want to or you are comfortable where you are. There's only two conclusions that can be made here. Do we have a call online? Good afternoon, caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Lower your volume on your radio, please.
I have a report to make to you.
Yes.
Last couple weeks, when I had tire burning on the road.
Yes.
They have a robbery was going on the back road.
Back road where?
At number 3, at the back road.
Yes.
So I report the story to the police, and I see I hear nothing more about it, but I just put it over to the radio.
Let me hear, what is it exactly that you reported to them?
I report that I was going over to collect some money from my husband, and the bus driver told me that he could take the back road as the tire burning on the main road, that he could go through the back road and the passenger would be safe. And when we got through the back road, they had a big tree throw across the road, and the bus couldn't get to move, and its bus stopped there. And couple bandits, well masked with gun and knife, rush up to the bus, about 15 of them. Take away my bag, push the knife to my stomach. Take away my bag, was 25,000 watt was in the bag. And I'm not talking racial on my behalf, but a lot of Negro people was in the bus. They didn't have robbed, but just 3 Indian people was the bus driver. Another Indian woman in front, plus me, an Indian. I'm not talking behalf of racial, but I talking that what happened. And then police says I should get into this matters and see what's going on, because people could lose their life. I had my little 10-year-old child with me.
Wow. All right. Well, you know, there was a lot of things. I saw a video of a man run up and start cuffing this minibus driver. I could not believe it. It was so shocking. And it was as if, yes, I got you. That was the kind of attitude that I had there. And it got me so angry that our people could be attacked in such a way. Poor people doing the stuff.
Yes. Sir, I am very poor, and this has happened to me, and I was so shocked that things up to this I was never faced up. So when I come home, like I text about 3 or 4 days to recover myself.
I hear what you're saying.
I feel like the police them ain't doing nothing to this robbery that's going on. Like I can't say what's going on. What going on really mean no. They ain't doing nothing.
Which area are you calling from?
I calling from Kanji.
Kanji, and since you know yourself, you never know that these areas were like that. What did you?
No.
All right. I just wanted to bring that point out. Thank you very much for that, ma'am. So we have a good day to the folks down in Kanji, Rose Hall, Port Morant, whatever it is that you're doing. I want to say good day to you. All the way to Crabwood Creek, Molson Creek, Skeldon, all those villages there. We had an aunt that used to call us. I wonder, number 58 village. If you're listening to us, maybe she's not getting through, but she normally call us, and I hope that you're doing well. You and your uncle, you last Sunday, you did call me. You said, thank God you received the $25,000. I want to say good day to you and the other folks here. Blackbush Polo, what's it that you do in Yakasari, Maibakuri? If I missed all those names here, want to say good day to you. I hope that you're keeping safe. I know they're preparing for the next crop of rice and other cash crop. Lots of rains in the area. Could tell you that a contract was issued for the number 43 road that leads into Blackbush Polder there. Somebody did ask. The road is in a terrible state. I did see a contract that was issued for it. Let us see how that goes. In the meantime, what are some of the things that we need to talk about? Traffic management. I am going to be speaking in a very short while with Commander Watts to see what exactly went wrong yesterday. And if it is that he needs to have his officials tighten up a little around that harbor bridge yesterday or today going forward, as we should be looking into that. Every time that some things like this happen, we know that there's somebody did not do their work, and it's obvious that the police, either there's not enough policemen there. It's no use that we keep the policemen in the station there. Send them out on the road. Let's keep them there. If we need help from the army, the police should ask the army. The police should ask for help from the government in ensuring that the road, the management of the traffic in the morning, that you need more police at strategic area along the lines. If you don't put enough there, you should see the madness. Imagine you're sitting there and you see a minibus or a car because they have friendship with the policeman, with the policemen in the station, or they believe that they're big thing, that they're cutting in and out the line, or they're taking a track that they should not have taken. You could recall a few days back they stopped a lot of the motorcycles, and they had them there because they said they were illegally using some areas there across the river. So we need to do it a little better. When we see these things, we're going to call you out. And Commander Watts, you should be talking to a couple of your ranks there, what they should be doing. And if they've not been doing it, they need to take steps and put systems into place so they could address it. So in the meantime, let's go back and see if there's some messages there. There's one here. Hi, Gildarie. What happened to the $25,000 in IFLOT? I know that they're over in that area. They're in the Region 3 area at the moment. Not sure whether they are in the IFLOT area. I know that they were in the Perico area coming back from Hubu, East Bank Essequibo area coming back there. So as soon as I have some ideas, there haven't been any statements issued. We can only depend on our people that are crossing the various areas to tell us how they're receiving. A lot of people were asking for $25,000, and the mere fact that they're very quiet now, I don't want to presume that they have received their $25,000. How did you spend it? What did it mean to you? We need to hear some of those testimonies coming through to our radio here on the Wake Up Guyana show here. Do we have another call in line? Yes. Good afternoon, caller. Good afternoon, caller. You're there.
Hi. Leonard, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
How are you?
Pretty good, ma'am.
A lady from 58.
You see, I just talked about you. I know you would have come in.
We hear you, madam. Get through with you, really,
Yes. Could you take off your radio? Your radio is sending a feedback to us.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And me just see you, my son. Me never see you. So one time I go, my son, and me see you.
All right. Very good.
So four time I see you now. You're a handsome guy.
A handsome guy. Well, you should
see
Raj in the studio. I'm not sure about that.
Four time I see you now.
All right.
I really enjoy the program. I watch you how you talk and how. Me just come and my son.
All right. What's the weather like? What's the weather like down there in the quarantine?
The area okay. Only having a problem with the NDC.
The NDC? What the NDC do to y'all now?
They don't look after nothing.
That's the number 52 to 74 NDC.
Yes.
I heard a lot of complaint about this NDC. I'm not sure what's happening. I heard a lot of complaint about this NDC.
They only clean them area, and then I look after no. We just rainfall your flood.
All right, I'm gonna ask the minister to look into this. So I'm not sure what kind of powers he has, because most of these NDCs got some kind of power that they could look after themselves and so. But I thank you very much for giving us that information.
The trench
Uh
and
huh.
the dam are one.
Yes.
And the roadside foliage bush.
All right, I
They don't
got
look
you.
after
Uh huh.
anything. And we're very glad to hear from you.
Uh huh.
You know,
All right, ma'am.
everything all right.
Thank you. One of these days, when I'm in that area, I'm gonna fling up in that area there and see what is it that you're doing. All right.
I don't know whether they will reach by.
No, it gonna happen. It gonna happen eventually. Lots of work right now. Working for the country, you know. So let's see what happens.
I
So
enjoy your program every day, and I'm happy so I can see you in Forest now at the studio.
yes, anytime you
Today
drop
we
by,
have
and
blue
in
shirt.
fact, if you come here, I'm gonna put you on radio. We're gonna have a chat, right? We're gonna chat about some
Today
long
you have
time
blue
stuff.
shirt, one day you have pink one,
Yes.
you have black one, and you get a beautiful girl sitting down near you.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I enjoy
All right.
she too, you know.
All right. Thank you very much, and have a pleasant rest of the day
Yes,
until.
babe, you too. Have a blessed
Yes.
day, and may God bless you in good health and strength, and may continually do the good work with your program, what you're doing, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Always.
Yeah, you too and the old boy. Thank you very much. All the good day to the folks. Good day to the folks there in the country area. Wonderful folks there. Lots of farming happening. And if you're from the Tongue area or from the East Bank area, you never went to Berbice or the Essequibo area, see the farming. And if you want to see beauty in this country, you've never seen anything until you visit some of the hinterland areas, the Rupununi savannas. It's a must thing for you. You know, right along the highway, I saw, I think it was, there's a place called the Pandama Winery or something, and I saw people visiting there. And I got to visit these areas. There's some wonderful resorts. I think the Marudi Resort up there, I think is in Chandapal, former minister. Her brother owns that place there. And if you see some of the areas along the highway, hidden beauties, you could go. And we have wines here. Do you know that we have some good wines that is being made here? Pandama wines. Got to talk to the folks here. I understand they make jamun wine and so on. And with some of the things that we don't really market properly, that we have things that we should be very proud of. We have some nice resorts. I think the other day, I think the tourism sector is mourning the death of the lady that found Shanklands. When in the back in my days, a couple of years back, people were talking about resorts in Guyana along the riverside. Shanklands was one of the beauty places that they were talking about, and I think it's a Jardin lady or the Jardin lady that would have been that would have founded that, would have so lovingly put together that place, beautiful place along the waterways located in the hinterlands. And you could probably go there, and there's so many other places that you could visit. It's right here. We have our resorts here. We're very proud of it. And when you see the mountains in the background there, especially in the Rupununi area, something to be very proud about. And we're very happy to have such a wonderful country. We have to start paying attention, start boosting these things up. Hopefully, eventually, we're going to be out of this pandemic sooner than later, and we could reopen this country and start enjoying what we have here. It is our country, our wealth, our oil, our natural resources, our fish. So many different fish other than gilbaca and the catfish and the what we call it, the crapo fish and the kofama and whatever that you have there. We have one of the best fish in terms of the bangameri, fried bangameri. It is one of the best things that you could ever eat with some pepper. You guys know what I'm talking about. Cutters, the guys in the rum shop would know good about that. It's one of the best things that you could ever think. Just sake of tasting it. So do we have another caller in the air there? Good afternoon, caller. You're in the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gildarie.
Good afternoon, sir.
I got a little problem here, man.
Mm-hmm.
I get a house lot at Tushin.
Tushin?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Since 2006. And up to now, I can't get a title yet for it.
You started building and so?
I done building today.
Okay. So somebody's living and you can't get a title. When you went to the house, and what they said?
Well, they got me He not finished yet and come back today, come back tomorrow.
You know, also a lady was calling from the West Bank of Demerara, West Coast of Demerara, for weeks and weeks and weeks. Every time she calling, and she said she want to get it before she die, and there's a problem that got. You know what? I'm gonna ask. I think there's a problem that they know about. I'm not sure whether they have it. It has been done in conjunction, I think, with the lands and surveyors and the courts, and so. Let me ask. I'm gonna send it to the minister, Colin Crowell, as well.
Okay.
This is where you're supposed to get a lease.
No, not lease. It's the title you call it. We just call it the transport.
Okay.
But them said the lease.
Yeah, I think it's lease now that they're given. I think estate lands. I think transport.
This is Tushen new scheme.
Tushen.
New scheme, yeah.
Tushen. Okay.
Well, actually, what happened? Couple weeks back, the Minister of Housing, somebody from the Minister of Housing, may come look at Annandale. And I reached a girl named Guydarie because one of the ministers said must come back the Tuesday. The Saturday we went there. He said come back the Tuesday. And when we come back the Tuesday, I meet this Guydarie. And she take my name and everything because I check a liar for get this house lot. And one liar said 200,000 for get it and one said 300,000. So I explained that to her, how $100,000 lot me got for pay this kind of money. So she said, no, we can get it for you. Now I got a piece of land where I do some farming at Bonasika. So I tell she I got to go in and I come out back. So when I come out back now, I try call him yesterday, must be about 12 times. And this phone only keep ringing out. But by time afternoon me get through with them, one of the girls tell me that Guydarie gone on leave. Me ask her what time, when she go come back, then said, then I know. So he left at that again. Me not really know when and how me can really approach them. But me go housing till me shoe sole drop out.
Yeah, it is a problem. It is a problem. I remembered, I recalled when I was building my house and I had to get a mortgage. The hassle that I had running around with it, and I had to call everybody in the books and even go sit down by some people's office to get that, lawyers and so on. It's a stress, and I think because of the political situation, the pandemic and everything, the elections, everything has been placed on the background and the back burner and so on there. But yes, I just sent a message to Colin Crowell, Minister of Housing and Water, for let him look into those situations rather, not one. Many complaints I've received.
Yeah, but this is since 2006 I get
yes.
to pay out everything, and so it's not that I owe them anything. But actually what happened, I hear somebody else get this house lot. And the transport already they in somebody's name, and that at Essecubo because Tushen is Essecubo actually.
Yeah, but that is not supposed. If that happens, your lawyer, if he's a competent or if she's a competent lawyer, is supposed to pick that up because you got to file a transport somewhere.
Yeah, well, them tell me call the office, the office of the transport there, and then tell me that me must call about 2-3 years, but I call them about 6 times, and every time I call the transport, not pick up yet. So the transport still there in there.
That's strange. You got to get your lawyer to be a little aggressive on it because if you paid the money, the lawyer got to act on it.
Yeah, but me not got the money for pay the lawyer.
So you haven't got a lawyer. That's strange. So actually what you were saying there is that you're hoping that the ministry could give it to you if it's not in somebody else's hand. But what kind of information do you have that it's saying that it's somebody else's hand?
Well, you got a girl named Book Mohan. And that is like around 2007, 2008, while I was running there. She told me that the transport is in somebody else's name. And then I forget that person now for let them sign off the transport.
But how did you get the land if that happened? How did you get it? Did you apply for it or what happened? How did you end up with it?
I applied for it. Furthermore, I applied since 98, and the first house lot they gave me in 2002, it's the same problem I get.
But so they took it away from somebody or something?
I don't really know, Remember, they gave me one in 2002. And when me go clean up the place and so, I only pay the first down payment. And when me go clean up the place and so, me go back the next time, you see sand and brick there. When me go into them a Region 3 office, they got me 2 years and 4 months. Photocopy all my paper, them 7 times and give them back. And then they send this one to me.
Something is wrong there. They had a racket that was being run with some housing people in Region 2 there as well. And I understand they had fired some people. But Go in and see if you get some time to go see the CEO. I think there's an open day. Try to find out from the Central Housing and Planning when is the open day, and go in and see either the minister or the CEO for the house, and a guy named Sherwin Greaves. And tell them that you spoke with us and ask them if they could look into this matter. You don't need to take a lawyer. You need to go in and see them.
Yeah, because the lawyer go take the kind of money.
No, you go in. Don't pay no lawyer no money. Just go in and talk to them. Find which is an open day. An open day means that the ministers and the officials are meeting with members of the public. Find out which day. Go very early in the morning because there's normally have a lot of crowds, and find out what is happening. And you could even write a letter. Get one of your grandson or somebody or a friend or somebody to write a letter to either the minister or to the CEO, Sherwin Greaves, for the Central Housing and Planning. Yeah. And just, to ask them to look into this matter. They normally would look into it.
Okay.
Thank you very much, dear.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Good. So, to come back here, there is, let me just remind you folks, yesterday on this program here, we would have had the Director General for the Ministry of Health. This is Dr. Vishnu Mahadia. Good day to you, sir, wherever you are, whatever it is that you're doing. And he would have been speaking that if you have a complaint about a particular hospital, if you have complaint about shortages of drugs, shortage of bandage or whatever it is that you have the issue with, whether it's the attitude of the people there, you have each hospital they're putting in right now a committee that's going to be there. You ask to speak to the nurse, you ask to speak to whoever is in charge, the administrator or whoever it is, and complain about those issues. I think a man would have been complaining that he went there, I think to the West Dem Hospital or somewhere there. And when he went, they asked him to walk with his own bandage. So these things here, whenever you have issues here, there's somebody to complain to. And if that person do not take it, you go to the higher authorities. These are things that you could do as citizens of this country here. 226-7453, 226-7453. Do we have another caller on the line? Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Gill.
This is
Mr.
Mr.
You
Gill.
don't want to receive my call.
No, I have no control how the calls come in. When I tell the man, please press the button there.
Mr. Leonard in the studio.
Oh, no, he's not here right now. He asked me if he should
I'd
come
like
in.
to congratulate him for the truth that he's speaking.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like him to form a party. And let me get rid of these two major parties. I will leave my party and come to his party.
Which is your party?
PNC.
Oh, you're part of the PNC. All right. I'm not sure whether the staffer would allow him
leave
to
it
form.
and join his party. And let me get rid of these two parties and let change this whole system and let everybody start enjoying wealth in Guyana.
I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna tell him to form, but I'm telling you this is the last day I work. I'm gonna stop working with him afterwards.
And Mario, you saw the problem during election time. Me.
No, my thing is not politics, man. I'm a people's person.
Yeah, I was for the PPP, and you see, when I used to talk about dead people voting, y'all said no, it can't happen. Sarah Lynn said no, it can't happen. But Trump saying it's happening now.
Trump saying it's happening. Trump says it's happening.
Trump said there are people voting. Sarah Lynn Charlem said there are people voting now. Because why? She got come out of this country just now because Biden sending a different diplomat here. Now she no more a corrupted one. You understand?
So I hear you. I'm gonna pass the message.
And another thing before you come up.
Yes.
Eccles flood.
Which part in Eccles? Which part in Eccles?
New scheme.
There's a one
you
behind.
Going off. Nobody even going to give you a disinfectant or throw around the place so it stink.
This is a new scheme behind the big antennas?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to think. Is there a particular...
All the drains and flood, all your yard flood, all by your bed flood. And you want to know going off here. And not a soul in coin for give you a disinfector. We want money, we want disinfector for throw around the place. Because set a snake crawling all over.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gill. I make sure that message is passed on to them. Thank you very much. God bless. Bye-bye. So in the meantime, yes, Mr. Gill along, he's been with us from day one listening to us. And it's always good to have diverse views. That's what we encourage in this country. We should, as we go forward, because it's a democracy that we're in. And we could agree to disagree on things, and that is how we roll in this country, should be rolling. 226-7453. In the meantime, let me see what are some of those messages that are coming in. Hi, Mr. Leonard. Pleasant good afternoon. You have a problem with the traffic. Okay. I think this person would have already sent it. I think we did read that. The people of Rick Dorsey would like to know about the $25,000 West Bank Demerara. We have not received any information about them being in the Parfait area. I know they are on the West Demerara area right now. So as we get them, I'm going to be bringing you those news. So in the meantime, somebody here, I thank you. Thank you. Okay, somebody need to call me after the program. Good afternoon, sir. Just to inform you that the 47 and 48 public road is under construction, and I'm a driver on that very road, and there are no lights on the construction part in the night. Number 47 and 48. This is a quarantine. Construction going on the road there, and the people complaining there's no proper lights and signs. And part of the light. If somebody who's not from the area driving and don't know what will happen, it's dangerous, please look into this, or whoever's in charge do something. So in the Barbies area, quarantine area there, people complaining about the traffic signs, the lights on the public road. Construction, who is the contractor here? Why is it that you're not doing? Because you're supposed to be putting signs into it to protect the people. I think somebody would have sent in some pictures here. Let me see what they're sending here. So many problems with the NDC that they're sending. Let me see what they say here. Okay. 1 second. Some others here. Gildarie, I would like to know that every deserving Guyanese people receive their $25,000. However, I'd like to sensitize all Guyanese. The oil and gas industry is bringing lots of job opportunities from labor upwards, and they must seek and find opportunities and grow. We can all be financially empowered to the point we became needless for handout. Be ambitious. My name is Atma Aklu. Thank you very much, dear Mr. Aklu. And that's what we're saying. Get yourself educated. Know what is out there. Do not sit still. Do not sit on your hands. Open up your eyes. Listen. If you don't know, ask somebody something. How do I? I always like to open and listen to other side, because, you know, when you listen, even fools would have their say too, and they have some kind of wisdom in what they say. Sometimes you learn to control yourself because of that. This is in Hillfoot. I'm not sure. Somebody would like to know when we'd get it $25,000 in Hillfoot. Where's Hillfoot? Could you give me an idea where that is? Good day, sir. On the East Coast, minibus park in the afternoon, a lot of people park the cars in the bus park, go and drink beers, and the buses cannot get to go into the park. The Brickdam Police Station, Commander, what is happening there? People are complaining about the East Coast car park and the Barbies car park there. People park, they go into the area, and the minibus area is not happening. So, in the meantime, it's 226-7453. It's just about 2:30 right now. And we are going to be taking some other calls. Good afternoon, caller. You're in the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gildarie.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm speaking about friendship.
Friendship. East Bank, Demerara.
Bank.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There are plenty potholes in front of Lal Garment Factory.
Mm-hmm.
They have two there. Lal Garment Factory.
I know where that is.
Well, they got two holes there, big holes. In the night when you're sleeping and jumping out to sleep.
Oh my goodness. Isn't that around the same area where there was an accident a couple months back with a police car and so?
Yeah, yeah. It has, in Hope, just before you enter Friendship.
Yes.
There's one there. Opposite Friendship Marine, there is one there. Every night, if you pat out, the wheels are flying off.
All right, I'm going to send a message here right now to the let me see, to Minister Indar.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask him to have a look at it. Okay?
I went to the NDC, and you know what these people tell me? They ain't got responsibility for us. Why can't they just call Mr. Indar and let them know about it?
Well, you see, that's what I've been talking about. Somebody doesn't understand the word service, what it means. It might not be your it might not be your job, But guess what? Why can't we just suggest to somebody what they could do? That's how we improve our lives.
I tried to get to, this thing happening a long time, about 2 months.
All right.
And nobody's making a complaint.
All right, I'm sending this right now to Minister Indar. Indar, let me see.
Prasad,
Yeah, do that. Thank you very much, Mr. Prasad.
You know me very well, Mr. Gildarie.
I do?
Yeah.
All right.
My daughter was murdered in Katrina.
Oh, yes, I remember that. Those were the two kids?
This is the father speaking to you.
Okay, sir. Yes. That was a thing. I think some people were charged. A man was charged for that, right?
Yeah. I went to court about 5 times or 6 times.
Where's the case right now?
9 juries found them guilty and 3 said not guilty. So we got a hung jury. So God will go back again.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to pay attention to that case as we go forward. And thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gildarie.
Yes. So that was a very tragic case a couple of years back. They found the lady in her bed murdered. I think they used to own a shop downstairs. When I went to that place there, it did strike me as one of the cases that I could remember just at the top of my head. We were called to the scene, and the lady and her 2 children, very brutal murder. Somebody break into the house, and it took a little while for it to be solved. I think the police put together a special team to solve cold cases, and that was one of the cases that was solved. It took I think it was a neighbor or somebody. So Hope and Friendship Public Roads, East Bank, Demerara there. So in the meantime, do we have another caller? Yes, good afternoon, caller. You're there. Okay, we're missing potholes. Okay, I did send this. I'm sending this right now 2 minutes in there. People asking for it to be fixed. Okay, I sent it today. Thank you very much. So, in the meantime, let's go. If you're now joining us, it's the Wake Up Guyana show here on Kaieteur Radio. And when you're doing so many things, I'm looking at our comments. I want to say good day to the folks who have been joining us every single day on Facebook and so on. And for a long time, I didn't, call them out. Let me call them out a little today. Say hi to Pam Singh, Tara Jagdeo, and RM Singh, Christy Parmanan, Robindra Prasad, Chris Parmanan, Nanda Prasad, Davin Sukai, Bibi Shabira Hussain, as always, she's here with us, Jai Parasram, Davin Sukai again, and Vijay Prasad. I want to say good day to you folks. And Barkley is normal, in with us every single day. Sammy Knott, Gail Bacchus. I want to say good day to Jai Paul Judnott. And if I missed you guys somewhere along the way, forgive me, Zoreen Gadsnabi, Roy Yard, Debbie Durrani Gani. I want to say good day to everybody, Gail Bacchus and everybody joining us as normal. It's always a pleasure to be able to be talking to you. Do we have another caller in the air there? Yes, good afternoon, caller. You in the air? Hello? Hello? Yes, good afternoon. Could you take off your radio, please, so we could be able to talk? Yes.
Yes, I got it straight, Joe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, dear Larry. I call you concerning 2 things today. One is domestic violence.
Yes, sir.
And when you see domestic violence, when we hear people commit suicide, I think people should pray for them, because it's not something that is jump up and do overnight. It's something that is be going through processing. I had a time when a girl turned back on Kaieteur Falls and jump off a cliff, right? We recently had when this child used a gun himself.
Yes.
And for many, many reasons, these kids, some kids, the parents abusive to them in terms of ridiculing them, in terms of the performance in school. They may be slower than a cousin, slower than a neighbor child, for whatever reason. This causes kids to do it. And secondly, it's a joke thing when a grown person go to the station with a domestic problem to deal with a child. Because if you're grown in your 50s or your 40s, and you go to the station got something called zero tolerance to domestic violence. Now, how could you explain to your child, who's about 19 or 20, a few of them sitting at the station, and you going to lodge a complaint when you're going through home? You really think that they mature and trained enough to deal with it?
Well, the fact is, the police force have been training people in collaboration with some other agencies to deal with the issue of domestic violence. In fact, they have started putting some specially made rooms to just deal with those issues. I think most new police stations now are being outfitted like that, that if a case comes in, that they take you to a particular room. The problem that we have right now is, although those trainings are coming, the attitude of some policemen and so on. Because imagine you go in and they're laughing at you, making, why you allow your wife to beat you and doing things like those are the kind of things that we're dealing with.
And I don't think we got the tools in place to grow the maturity through the whole system. Secondly, I like Glenlaw's attitude yesterday with this industry. But I got my questions. I won't even entertain calling yesterday because of the driving, but I got my questions, and I'm going to wait when you're on air again to call with my question concerning the aisle. But secondly, like how he challenging the people that was a part of this whole aisle deal. Like I said, I got me thing for Glenlaw.
Yeah.
But I want to challenge Singh that in charge of Canoe, the traffic chief, the commissioner, and Gatwick Station. I want to challenge them that this drugs boss is way beyond this little boy with a got in the papers, friend. And they only monkey and stuff like they don't know who to snatch. These people in the face don't know who to snatch. But I want to challenge them publicly on national television or in front of Stabrook. Then we get a debate that I want a discussion with them that they know who this thing belongs to. This thing is just a monkey thing with this little boy where they got in the papers front in. They know the real people behind it. This thing can't be the one individual, and they're dragging the foot in it. We see this stupidness consistently where they get in these. I mean, this is the biggest. But we see this thing consistently, and when said and done, this thing is gone out of the mud. Because it's big fish is real big head in this thing. But we need to know the people behind it, and I want to challenge. He claiming that we named Singh were claiming that he got protection. He wanted to protect the man. Oh, protect, they just talk. I got the whole feeling that he done protecting the man. Because these people know who does be in this thing. This has got the background. If the U.S. could get the background work finished, what about y'all home here? It's nonsense that they're telling this nation. But I want to challenge them publicly on a discussion, telling them stop monkeying itself with one little black boy claiming that this thing belongs. He's just the shape up, but he's got bigger ones in the behind it.
Thank you very much for that, and I hear what you're saying. Anytime.
Secondly, I want to know what's your name number, man.
Who's that?
Is Ann Green. I want your number.
I don't happen.
That's number, no.
Her office number there.
Yes.
Let me see if I have it on hand here right now. Ann Green. Let me see 1 second. Ann Green. 1 second. No, sir. I don't happen to have it right now, but I could be able to get it. Maybe if you call in the office here a little while, I could be able to give it to you.
Yeah, man. Let us stop monkeying yourself with this thing with like a little guy alone know about this thing. And they like paying this thing terrible. They got you with a whole image like if this thing is a monkey thing. This thing is not a monkey thing. Regards of war and war with us cushion the economy and we could live with it and etc. Don't let it got it like it's no ordinary little portion. This thing big bar. This thing, you know, like Leonard said yesterday, you know, he want to know how the business sector could jump on this boat with profit sharing. If we want to know the people that will jump on the boat with the same thing. You enjoy the afternoon.
You too, sir. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant rest of the day. So we are like about 15, 20 minutes more to go before program time. It's normal. It's always a pleasure. And let's see what are some of the issues that our people are saying to us today. And they're sending it to our WhatsApp number here or messages that are coming through, 6222222. And this is what they're saying. Good afternoon, Mr. Leonard. I'm telling you about the farm squatting area. I live by the Coker. We live by a walk that is right up to my fence, and my step is right up to the fence in my yard. And these dope man them just come in and smoke and cuss and fight early in the morning and in the evening. When my son talk them, they're threatening to burn down our house and chop up my son. Now, when we go to the station, the police just come tell the dope man them who reports about them. And this is absolute nonsense that I've been talking about. I hope this is not indeed true. And I would ask you to go visit very quietly the commander at the G3 building there at Diamond. G3 building at Diamond there said that you've spoken to us, and very quietly have a conversation with him. And he'll tell him that I sent you to him. He is at the G3 building there. And just go to him and just tell him that I sent you and have a conversation with him. And these are to the people who would have been sending us that message here. So, hello, good afternoon. GPL came and went to the meter and break open the seal today and did not even come back. I'm calling them, but nobody ain't listening to me. Thank you, calling from coming from Chanda Devi. I'm not sure if that's a street, a place, or that's the name of the person. Yes, GPL got to fix those things when they come there. I did talk to GPL this week here, and they said that they're talking to their managers. It looks as if I'd have to call them back again for them to come back again on this program here. In the meantime, let us see. There's no other thing. Yes. Do we have a caller online? Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gildarie.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm calling from Kanji, man.
Kanji, yes.
Kanji, Cumberland.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I applied for a piece of land, right? The land was from creation, right? Back in the days was some brick factory there, right? And I applied the Sega pay fee, which I did, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, every time I ask the people on lands and survey, there's a corruption there with lands and survey. Now, every time I ask them to come and let me get things started, because I want to start cash crop and livestock, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, the area right there, it's reasonably nice for that part of it, right? But I know where to go, who to reach, what to do.
Whose land is it? Do you know?
It's a state land.
State land?
State land, yes, sir. I talked to Mr. Agriculture, Mrs. Zulfi. What would ask you, please, right? If you could get me some details, like when does be the open day, which you mentioned early in your program.
Don't go to the,
program,
yeah, you could go. Yes, the Ministry of Agriculture might be a good person to start with there.
Yeah.
Because they could point you if you apply there to which department. I think they could probably even process or send you your application to the lands and survey people.
Which I did.
And so everything is in.
Yeah, I did that, right? But we're really having to pay the $20,000 inspection fee.
Uh-huh.
I get the receipt here with me now, but I ain't too sure which tier would be in Georgetown. Because also I speak to this guy from the local government, a guy named what name again? Nigel.
Yes, Nigel
right?
Darmra.
Well, the guys know me fairly well because we are reputable people in Kanji. And you know where cricket is concerned, because the guy, he's from our club, Young Warriors. You must hear the name.
Uh-huh.
Gajanan Singh is my son. And you know, we did wrong, but now that I need the land to start this agriculture thing, I get in a real push around, brother. Serious, you know. Terrible push around.
All right. So here, I'm going to give you a number at the top of my head that I can remember for the Ministry of Agriculture.
Just hold 1 second, please, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I get you.
227
227
5049.
5049.
You could call there. You could call the Ministry of Agriculture and ask them to give you the numbers so that you could be able to find out when is the open day.
So, Mr. Zulfi.
Yeah, there's Mr. Zulfi.
But Zulfi know me personally. Everybody know me real good, you know, because when they get anything in Borby, something, I just do the far up with them, right?
No problem. These are the people to talk to. But call that 227-5049, and they could give you the numbers and tell you when is the open day, and you could probably go there and then follow it up with them there.
Thank you very, very much, sir, and you have a blessed day.
You too. I want to say good day to the folks down there, Kanji, Cumberland, and I see my friend walking there. It's been 2 weeks after that very emotional event of Eid or something. Still waiting on the sweet meat, and we talking about.
We still aren't we focused on Diwali?
But Diwali is this weekend, and
let us put Raj there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I want to say good day to WRVS. We have like about 10 minutes thereabouts And so let me see if there's any other questions or any other thing that is bothering you right now.
A lot of things is bothering me.
What's bothering you?
That I reached 10 minutes late yesterday to the studio, and then Mr. Nahal almost arrested me for a post-oil conversation, but I escalated him. I want to know something actually, and I may sound a bit harsh to some people, or some people may not like it. I'm concerned. I understand that we have issues in society, but where were all these issues 1 year ago?
1 year ago, I think people were more concerned with it. Listen to me. 1 year back, we were in a very dark place. People were waiting in elections.
So we were tying we belly, and now we just open we mouth.
No, I think people have.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate
no, it's a good
people.
No, it's a good.
I
issue.
appreciate people bringing issues. Some of which is very petty in my opinion. If a car park at a bus park, how you probably must see just pass and see that for 2 minutes. You didn't know what that car was doing there. I was driving coming here, I was listening to what you said.
Yeah.
I
think people are a little more. Let me tell you, people are very much aware now than they are more than. I think they become as the time go by, and with we have social media and so on now. And people talking.
I don't have an issue with problems and to be highlighted, but I tend to want to know where were these issues 1 year ago. And I'm just using example, and I'm not attacking anyone. A gentleman said that he loaded disinfectant, his area flood out. So if the rain falls every day, is it the government responsibility to clean your place every day? I mean, I'm not supporting, I'm just literally asking. So you were saying these issues never happened before? It kind of, like I said, a lot of people may not like what I've just said, but I find it a bit strange, that's all. I find it a bit strange. I'm happy for people highlighting issues. Like that road issue.
Are you a little upset that Mumbai Indian wins?
Oh, no. I didn't really focus on the game. It was a good game. It was a good game, but it wasn't my teams in the finals, but it was a good game.
The controller there, the guy does at the controls there. He's not very happy.
He's not very happy.
He has not been smiling the entire. I've been watching him. I have not been saying anything. I kept my cam. I kept very cool, and I've been watching him. I'm smiling to myself, and I said,
he didn't want.
Did you lose money?
Did you bet
anybody?
I could tell you, Raj didn't want Mumbai to win. He was going with Delhi. Yes, I could tell you that. I could tell you that Frank from Surya, he's at the top of Mount Ghana right now.
I'm going to be calling him a little
later. Yeah. He's at the top of Mount Ghana right now.
Mr. Gildarie, that man that just should ask the PNC who signed the contract with ExxonMobil. Not sure in what context here. Do we have time to take a quick call here? Yes. Good afternoon, caller. You're the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Okay.
Pretty good.
May enjoy your program, man.
Yeah, man. I'm glad. Go ahead.
I'm from Albion.
Albion, yes.
Yeah. The radio Ghana, man. When I hear nothing.
No, yesterday we had a problem. I think early this week the blackout were killing us. So Mr. Lal called me in the office, and Mr. Lal says, you know what I did, Gildarie? I put a permanent power solution down there that they whenever there's blackout, right away it's up and running. So I'm not sure what he did.
When I hear nothing here, radio Ghana.
I'm going to have to ask him, what's wrong with Mr. Lal? I'm going to find out what's happening here. Maybe Mr. Lal lied to me. I'm going to have that fixed. We're going to fix it. But whenever the power comes off in Berbice...
we get current, we get power.
We
get power, but it's blackout, but the radio not play. Ghana.
I make a note of it. Our guys here, we're going to look at that right away. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Okay.
So you miss the program whenever that happens?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you know.
Oh gosh. We're gonna work on it.
We get power here.
I'm gonna find out what exactly is happening, if they're working on it or something.
Yes.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Enjoy your program, man. Keep it up.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless. Bye-bye. So we coming on to program time right now. You tune into the Wake Up Guyana show. Your host Leonard Gildarie, and we have WR Riaz's. Just come in and you say a couple of things off and on. So did you lose any money at all with this thing?
I didn't.
In the meantime, he's a smart one. He did not bet. Do we have another caller in the line there? Yes. Good afternoon, caller. Good afternoon, caller. You're on the air. Go right ahead.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I hear you read a text message just about farm squatting area.
Yes.
That story is very true.
Uh-huh.
It's a walkway, and if you have your young girl children and start to walk out there, you can't walk there after 5:30. You can't come out from that place. It is very true. Every day that place is flat. It is very true.
So the people there are tormenting people, your children and things like that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is very true. I'm telling you, I live in the area and I hear about it and I know about it.
In the morning, I'm going to drop by the commander office and have a little chat with him.
We need some cameramen to come in here and see this walkway, how it stays, and how people are afraid of the dope man in the area.
Oh, yeah, dope man. The tail is wagging the dog there. All right, thank you very much for that. I'm going to raise that issue with him.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes. So I want to say good day to the folks down in Horstellin, Providence, Prospect, Farm, wherever you are, all the way to Little Diamond there. The people are complaining Little Diamond about the bridge there. A good day to you, Mr. Romel Rupnarayan from the NDC, Horstellin NDC there. The people have some concerns and they're asking for you to look into it. I want to say good day to the people of Farm. Be at peace. People, you cannot do or have your fun or do whatever you have to do to the detriment or to the peace of others. You should live and let live. Ensure that you do it in such a way that you don't affect. And if you have people, your children around, do not torment them because you could have girl children or you could have children as well, and you would not like that. But in addition to that, there's a special place for you when you do that. So, do not continue to do that because there's an anger in the Guyanese people right now. They're not too tolerant of this kind of behavior. And you continue to do it, there's going to be repercussions. So fair warning there. Do we have another caller online? Very quickly. Good afternoon, caller.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Go ahead.
I'm calling from Lagrange concerning they dig the trench in front here and all the garbage is on the road, the parapet.
They normally do that?
Yeah.
And just put it there?
Yeah, they put it there. Don't clean up for Diwali, and this is what happened right now.
Who did it? Is it a contractor or is it the NDC?
Maybe it's the NDC.
Could you find out and then maybe find out why they can't move it or if that's the way they normally operate?
No.
So it got to be a contractor or something?
They used to got a truck to pick it up.
Call the NDC in the area. There's a lady there. I can't remember her name is. I think Angie Sibaran. Anjani Sibaran. She's a chairperson there, a very strict person. See if you could get hold of her as a chairperson. Ask somebody get a number and call her and say that you've spoken to us here at Kaieteur Radio and that you would like her to look into it. What's happening here? Maybe she's not aware.
Okay.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good. I want to say good day to the people down in Lagrange, Parfait Harmony, and all around Canal Number 1, Canal Number 2, Bellevue, Bell West, all the way Sisters Village, Wales Estate, wherever you are across there.
Talking about Bell West.
What you want?
I just remember about the pine. I didn't get a pine.
You left the pine in the office. The people eat it out. What's wrong with you?
Roger didn't get the pine. I just remember Bell West. As if
I want you to know.
Send you 2
I would like
pints
to know that we didn't peel it downstairs. I took it home.
Took it home.
So this has been your edition.
I like that.
I remember you didn't bring any sweetmeats or so there's a good feeling in my heart today. There's a Wake Up Guyana show here. You're tuned in with Leonard Gildarie. We are going to be back tomorrow as normal. We are going to be inviting the guests right now. I understand that the Minister of Public Service, Sonia Parag, one of the young ladies, a lot of energy
very
is
vibrant,
here.
very
vibrant.
Yes.
She says, could I come on your show on Friday? But Friday we have Yog Mahathir, so I think we might mix that up a little. In the meantime, I did ask Minister Priyamanik Chan, and I did see Colin Crowell respond to us. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you what he says about the East Coast here, about the water situation as well as to the delays in titles for lands, so how they handle it there. I hope that we've been able to uplift you, we've been able to enlighten you, we've been able to make you aware, empower you, to give you capacity because this is your country and we want to wake you up. Do you have anything to say?
I just want to let Mr. Dr. Mahadia know when he comes. Tomorrow he's coming, or next Friday?
Friday.
Friday when he come. Just in case the AC is not working and he's going to be sweating a little bit, he should walk with a rag.
No, he doesn't come into the studio. He's operating from home.
Oh, from that little black...
there's a little black wall.
That black wall. Oh, he's
There's
coming from the little black wall.
So,
I could ask him, though, just in case his AC stopped working, he could get a rag with him.
Yes. Good day to you, dear Dr. Yog Mahadio and family.
You missed the piece about the rag, but you didn't say anything.
Yes. And so the many families now who are in deep mourning because somebody has been passed away. Our deepest condolences. Those who are celebrating the birthdays today, happy birthday to you. Have a pleasant rest of the day. Until then, this has been your edition of the Wake Up Guyana Show. Your host, Leonard Gildarie. I want to say good day to WR Riaz and to our people in the studio here. Have a pleasant rest of the day. See you tomorrow, same place, same time.
Win $100,000 monthly with Sleepy sanitary pads. Sleepy sanitary pads are all natural and are made with cotton and bamboo fibers. It is dye and lotion free, hence no irritations or rashes. Sleepy sanitary pads are available in 2 sizes, ultra thin and thick. It is affordable and available nationwide. See press for details. Visit our Sleepy South America Facebook page or call us on 233-2473.